Good morning, traders. Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we hop on these charts on this beautiful Monday morning, man, Monday, April 6th, make sure you view what's on the screen. Trading is risky. Most traders lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing I say here or anywhere else is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you always do your own research, make your own trading decisions, read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even if funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content. Like Top Up Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Can't be unbiased if I stand to make money, which I do. Important for me to be transparent about that. For you to do your own research, make your own damn educated decisions. Chat, how we doing, guys? Sorry, it took me a minute here. I actually started the stream early this morning before that 9:15 a.m. But I'm always ending up with some tech difficulties here, man. Trying to make sure streaming is ready to roll and we are good to go. But we are ahead of NYSE Open, not by very much. Not by very much. I'm going to say what's up to you guys in the chat quick. And we're going to hop on these charts, man. See what we can do. See what we can do for April. We had a hell of a May. Wait, March? January, February, March. Had a hell of a March. Hell of a Q1. Coming off an absolute banger week last week, man. Really hard to complain with my results coming into Q1 of this year. I'm going to see if we can't build on that momentum, man. We are here in the same damn Top 1 Futures live account, loaded up. I'm no trade so far coming into the morning. I'll be letting you guys know if I am, coming in with a trade on, having taken a trade, right? Took some overnight swing stuff last week that paid me handsomely. And I'm going to look to continue to do that. So let's talk markets here as we get ready to open up. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I can see a short setting up. I'm going to try not to do anything too crazy right into the open today. I'm going to talk about some of the macro stuff we got going on. Let's look at it. We're here on the 15-minute chart. Going to be looking at NQ and YM. These are looking somewhat similarly today. We gapped down at the open and we've really pushed to the upside through Asia and London ahead of NYSE Open coming up here in just a minute to start off this week. Now, if I take a look at financial news, we have two things today. Let's pull it up as we get ready to open up for NYSE here. 10 a.m. ISM Services PMI. That's a red folder scheduled news event. And then we have Trump speaking today on Easter Monday at 1 p.m. I don't have super high expectations ahead of him talking at 1 p.m. If you missed some of the commentary over the weekend, yesterday there was some really aggressive comments on the conflict in the Middle East, essentially setting something pretty gnarly to go down on Tuesday. And then we have a talk today at 1. So kind of like when we have a scheduled press conference, especially with a conflict going on, geopolitical conflict, right? Turmoil in the Middle East that we're involved in. I'm expecting the market to do what I'm attempting to do, is just be patient, right? Kind of wait to see what's about to happen because they're probably going to get some more information that's going to be helpful to decide what's going to happen over the next couple of hours, couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months. So today, right, I'm coming in fairly low expectations. Right? Fairly low expectations. I think we could see some serious volatility at 1 p.m. Eastern today with Trump talking. And then I think we could see some serious volatility based on what happens tomorrow. I'm not going to go into detail. I posted in my Discord. You guys can go read the comments for yourself. Have all of that information and interpret it for yourself. But that's kind of my, overview of the fundamental environment that we're in here, right? The macro environment. We got a lot cooking. I think at any point today, we could get another comment, and I think we might. Before, during, after that 1 p.m., that sends the market. I'd be cautious of this, right? And this, right? This is the market that we're trading, guys. Headline market, okay? These are all comments on, you know, on what's going on, the conflict in the Middle East, okay? So what am I going to look at, you know, ahead of that? How am I going to look to trade this, you know, ahead of that as I'm live with you guys? Low expectations, while realizing that we could see a gnarly increase in volatility at any time throughout the trading day. I think it'd be crazy to not, you know, expect that to happen. Here's what I'm looking at. I was starting to whisper to you guys, looking at a short setup. We've got some highs put in here, right? We got some highs. This is a higher time frame zone. This is a higher time frame zone that we're at. You can see the consolidation, how nicely this came into play. If we pop to the upside, swept pre-market highs, I'd look for a short. I wouldn't look for this to just blast off ahead of Trump talking today. I'd look for a little pop right up here above pre-market highs, above this gnarly wick right in here from Friday. I'd look for a short back down. Looks like we're going to take a dip here. Looks like we're going to take a dip here in YM. And if we crack lower, which we are right now, take a wild guess what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to look for that long ski. I'm going to look for that mean reversion play. This is how I'm going to play this today, right? I think this lines up well with what I'm describing from a macroeconomic context. But even outside of that, this is how I trade YM off the open every day. Mean reversion style trade, reversal style trade, looking to fade whatever crazy movement we have into the open. So taking a look at where I might look to long this, we're just kind of opening it up back and forth, and now we're back at VWAP. I'd look to long this a little bit more aggressively than I would prior to a sweep of pre-market lows, right? If we started to come lower. So probably right into this, right into this support zone, this area of interest that I have marked to the downside. Just zooming out on the 15-minute, getting a feel for where we want to catch our $1,000 on YM like we've been doing almost every damn day. Been getting blessed here with these moves on YM. Yeah, somewhere right in here, I'm going to say the 46,400s, right? 46,400s, 46,450s, 350s, right? Somewhere in that 100-point range right in here on YM. This is what I'd be looking at for a long. If we dip lower, I would anticipate us not to just absolutely sell off and break to the downside, which we could. If we break that level and continue lower, this is where I think we're headed, right? All the way down here. If we pop to the upside, let's call out some price here. If we pop to the upside, 46,850s, 900s, 950s, right? Right into this area right here, right? Above pre-market high, above, is this Friday's high? Let's hop out to the daily real quick. Sorry, these wicks are confusing me. Yeah, right above Friday's high, sweep of prior day high. Now, we, you know, with this higher time frame view, now that I'm zooming out, we made a case to the upside here, but I'm going to frame out what I'm looking at, how I'm going to read this. We made a case to move to the upside here, right? We gapped down and immediately came right back through VWAP, and we've trended higher, holding above VWAP, right? You can see that on lower time frames, right? We've trended higher. You can certainly see it on NQ and ES. Now that we've opened up, we actually opened up to the upside first, kind of cracked higher, came right back down, and now we're pushing higher. Is this all we're gonna... Oops, sorry. Is this all we're gonna do here and then push higher for the day? I don't know. I don't know, and I never know. Neither does anybody else. I don't really care to know. I just need to know how we approach my area of interest. This is still valid for me. If we pulled something like this and I missed my long, and then we did this, I wouldn't be looking to short this off of here. But we just dipped down. We didn't get close to pre-market lows, you know, here. Asia, London lows. We did take out London lows in here. Indecisive, though. Indecisive open. Yuck. Let's take a look at ES real quick. Yeah, ES and NQ held. VWAP pushed higher a little bit, but now coming back down. Pretty indecisive here. Yeah, I'd like this rangy play, guys. I'd like this rangy consolidating play. Same stuff that's been it's been paying me here. Not gonna pay me every day. I'm gonna take my L's, right? But I'd like it off of this level right here, near prior day high, right? Above pre-market high. I'm gonna say 850s. If I'm getting involved before the 850s, I'm probably doing something wrong. Let's just throw some lines on the chart. That's what I'd be looking at for a short ski. Again, depending on what we do here. And I'm going to say 450 is a level of interest today. You know, this near the NYSE Open area of interest. Let's just zoom out a little bit more. It's Monday. I don't mean to make you guys dizzy, but this is how I get a read for market structure, right? I like to see it on the 15-minute, really zoomed in. What did we do for pre-market? What did we do for Asia, London? And I like to zoom out a lot. A lot of people do this. Oh my gosh. All right, short. You know, like you're looking at like, you know, an hour of price action market structure. You have no idea where we're at from a higher time frame perspective, right? So I don't like to do that. Let's take a zoomed out view. Let's take a walk back to the 1 hour, and then I'll say my good mornings to you guys. But we were opening up here. I had to make sure we were getting ready to roll. Yeah, see, I like this, right? I really like this. Both of these areas. This is clean, right? We come through the 46 450s, right? We come through this area aggressively. I think we're continuing lower, right? We start to flip this candle bearish, and we just start pushing lows. I think we're going to blast off lower, right? So breaking the 450s, I'd be looking for a long somewhere in here, right? Not off of the 450s. Otherwise, I would just use a limit buy order. But breaking down somewhere in here, I'd be looking for a long. I think that gives me a good way to structure risk. To the upside, 850s. That's an area of interest. Right? I'm gonna watch around that area for a potential short. Same idea, that we just don't come too far outside of this high volume area, right? That ahead of 1 p.m. today, we don't blast off to the upside or just completely rip everybody's face off to the downside. Again, big concern here, right? Big, like, question mark is we have tensions heating up in the Middle East, okay? Just Google what's going on if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not the geopolitical expert. I don't pretend to be. I'm not the fundamental expert. I don't pretend to be. If the president of the United States on Easter Sunday, ahead of market open, is tweeting one of the most aggressive threats I've ever seen in the middle of a conflict, you probably want to be cautious of volatility on the U.S. indices, right? Coming into the next day. It is also important to note a lot of markets are closed today as far as worldwide markets. It's Easter Monday. You guys could look that up. Maybe another reason for a little bit of consolidation, chop. But this is a mixed bag today, guys. This is a mixed bag. Whatever you do, I think the most important thing, whatever you do, if you're going to put a trade on, remember that we could get that Trump tweet, Truth Social post. We could get an alert from action being taken in the Middle East, and it could rip the market in one direction. Really rip the market, right? So, be aware of that. How do you manage that? You can't predict when it's going to happen. Nobody can, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. You can use a stop loss. You could expect that stop loss to be hit in the blink of an eye if that happens. You can run no take profit and look to, potentially grab onto a lot of profit if we start to run in the direction. You could pre-plan, right? What happens today if we're trading? This is what you need to ask yourself. And we get that Trump candle, right? What happens if we get that? What happens if I'm getting short right here and we do this? Okay, how will I handle that, right? Will I have really expected that? Will I be anticipating that? Or will I go, oh my gosh, now I'm on tilt. All right, short, I missed it. 10 minis, no. So think about this stuff. Meditate on it, pre-plan, come in with a game plan. For me, stop loss in place, ready to get slipped if I have to. No take profit. If I run a take profit, it's really far out. If we get that really aggressive move against me, I'm out. I laugh. I say, good game. I was on the wrong side of it. If it rips in my direction, I don't hold it to the moon. I probably look to grab onto probably the first couple minutes of that volatility in the direction of my trade, because of course they could come right back on you, right? So that's kind of the theory there, guys. But important to talk about this stuff. Chat. Let's get our good mornings in, man. What's up, guys? Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Josh, Dwayne, Purple Ninja, Chris. What is up? Afters, Van, what's happening, guys? Maritime Trade, Say the Trader. We got everybody on this morning. Nate, what's up? Hansel, what's up? I can't read it. What's up, guys? Move to prior week point of control would be nice. Yeah. Good morning, Enzo. Good morning, Alan. Good morning, Adrian. Dumond. What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? Ash. What's happening? Asla, Jess, Stewart, Danny, Buenos Dias. What's up, bro? What's going on, guys? I see we got a lot of people on Kick, on YouTube, on X. What's up, guys? Kobe Clark. What's happening? Welcome back to the show. Danny, what's up? Oh, I got you already. If I missed you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back, man. Listen, we've been on a heater, right? We've been on a heater as far as, you know, my trading goes. I'm going to try to keep myself calm. I'm going to try to keep myself from getting overconfident, right? It's very easy to do that. Feel like you got it all figured out, right? Feel like you're holier than thou and you can't miss. Gotta keep yourself composed. You want to find that balance. Pressing it when you're hot, right? Pressing it when you're executing well. You're reading the market well. Market's agreeing with you while not getting too overconfident and just being completely reckless and taking on obnoxious risk. I'm going to try to find that balance this week. I'm coming off my single largest trade and trading day with prop firms in a singular account, right? Not copy trading. I put up $12,000 in the Top 1 Futures live account on Tuesday of last week. Took a fat payout. So, you know, I'm going to try to keep myself composed. I talked about getting more aggressive. I talked about taking on more risk. Talked about risking loss, risking ruin, right? You know, in different accounts. If you want to read about that, hop in the Discord. We got, let me throw the Discord up there. Here's the join the team link right here, guys. Discord is up. I'm missing all my banners today. I was just trying to get the stream rolling, so I had really smooth book map, and I was focused on my trading tools today. But hop in the Discord. I'll throw it up here like a real basic one. Hop in the Discord, man. I got giveaways. I got some big stuff coming to Discord. I got announcements rolling later in Discord today. I've been building out the Discord. It has grown an insane amount. I'm going to be spending more and more time here on the live sessions and then in my community. My socials, of course, I'm going to be putting out videos, commentary, trade recaps, everything. But I'm going to be doing a lot more in the Discord. I'm going to have more stuff to prevent the spammers and scammers and the annoyances that we have going on. Some email verification, more giveaways, and more of what you guys want. I appreciate everybody over the weekend that answered a lot of different polls about prop firms, what prop firms they're trading with, what the most important stuff is when they look to trade with a prop firm. And I'm going to make sure I give you guys what you want, man. Myself, been trading with a lot of different prop firms this year. I'm going to continue to do that. I've been trading with quite a bit of sim firms outside of just the Top 1 live account. I'm going to keep expanding, testing with different firms. So far, it's been really awesome experience trading with really everybody that I've traded with. I'm going to talk about that in Discord, and I'm going to be doing some more fun stuff coming up. So hop in the free Discord. Let me go ahead and throw this little like deal. Let me throw this up on the screen here. Let me throw this up here. If you're new, man, welcome to the show. Quick reminder, I don't have a course, a VIP, mentorship, none of that fun stuff, man. I am partnered and affiliated with companies, with prop firms, with software that I use myself. A nice mutually beneficial relationship. You guys want to use a code or a link, you can. You can get the best deal. You don't want to do that, then don't. You can hop in the free Discord. You can get all the sauce. You can ask me questions. You can watch me trade. You can watch me take wins and losses and decide if any of that stuff is valuable and not have to pay me anything ever. Right? But no course, no VIP, no mentorship. Please don't fall for scams. I'm getting overrun, and it's something I have to work on today. So many impersonators and scammers and spammers. I will be continually trying to fight that. It is so annoying. But please don't fall for that, guys. I don't want your money. I don't want your crypto. I don't want to manage anything. I'll never reach out to you about some insider special information and ask you how your trading's going, not in the main Discord. Like, why would I do that? But important for me to say and post all the time. But hop in the Discord, man. Got some big updates coming in Discord. Some new stuff. Giveaways in Discord. Different from what we were doing the last couple weeks. Because we had 5 packs of giveaways in Discord for funded accounts. But I got more stuff coming to Discord, guys. Excited to give back to you guys that are here on the live streams as we grow. Absolutely insane. I blew up on IG as well, man. Not talking trading. I've got like almost 30,000 followers on IG now. Absolutely insane. Like 28,000. So anyway, appreciate you guys for being here, man. Appreciate you guys for being here. Let's talk markets, man. I'm sitting here, no trade. This wasn't enough for me. We cracked to the upside, cracked to the downside. This ain't it, kids. This is not it. Nothing really here yet. Now we're just sitting at VWAP. Waiting patiently. 948. We got plenty of time here, guys. I ain't going nowhere. Sitting at VWAP. We might do this today. We might just chop at VWAP. Again, we got Trump talking at 1 p.m. We could just see that, wait for Trump to say whatever he's going to say and then do something. We could see the wait for tomorrow. Again, he threw out a pretty wild message yesterday about Tuesday. So, you know, that's what we could be on for today. But I'm going to sit here. I think there's a lot of opportunity because of all of that going on, right? You know, always praying for peace, never looking for war to continue. I don't think that's a good thing to do ever. But our job as traders is to recognize, you know, when there is movement in the market and attempt to position ourselves on the right side of that. So I'm sitting patient here so far, back and forth, up and down through VWAP, and we were just sitting at VWAP. We're trading a couple points above here on YM. We're only 20 minutes into the open. Nothing crazy just yet. I'm sitting patient, ready to put risk on as soon as my trade comes. Potential shorts above pre-market highs. Potential longs down near pre-market lows. That's my play on YM. Watching NQ here. Yeah, I'm kind of curious on a really over-exaggerated move to the upside on NQ for a potential short, but I'm going to watch this on YM because I don't mind this setup yet. Let's see what we get, Chatty McChat Chat. Good morning, guys. What's up? XOBY, what's happening? Volatility is crazy. Goes up and down fast. Absolutely. Good morning, Zach. Belated Easter wishes. Absolutely. Happy Easter to everybody, guys. If you missed it, I was trying to wish everybody happy Easter. If you're brand new on here, happy Easter, man. If you don't celebrate Easter, that's totally cool. I still welcome you to hop on. I hope you had an awesome day yesterday and a good weekend. I celebrate Easter, so I say happy Easter. But I'll also say, you know, happy whatever you believe in. All right? I think we could all get along that way. All right. Nothing here. Really nothing. What are we doing here? What is this? What is this? What like what are we doing here, guys? Asia London, nice movements to the upside here. New York session, pop, sell off, pop, nothing so far. I'm gonna look for that to continue, but this was not nearly enough for me to get involved, right? Not even close to pre-market highs. Prior day high, not even close to pre-market lows. Prior day low, not at a key level. Maybe YM is lagging and NQ and ES think that it's time to go explore higher prices. Maybe. Ooh. Got a little bit of volatility there. There's a sweep of pre-market highs on NQ. Let's take a quick look at ES. Not quite there on ES. Not quite there just yet. NQ leading the charge to the upside. ES in second. YM in third. Gun to my head, if I had to take a trade, I'm short. If I had to take a trade on NQ, which I don't, and I don't feel the need to, I'd be short. I'd be short for something like that. Wouldn't be too bad. Just a quick pullback to VWAP, even if we're going to continue higher. Right? Wouldn't mind something like that. Wouldn't mind something like that. I think we get that over-exaggerated movement out of NQ. But I'm going to look for this on YM. I'm going to look for this on YM. That's kind of what I'd be looking at here. I'm just zooming out. Sorry to make you guys dizzy. You know, key area of interest, right? Level to level. That's how I trade if you're new. Volume profile. Market structure, price action. A little bit of order flow on the left-hand side that I use. A little bit of secret sauce there. But level to level. Very, very simple level to level trading. You know, reading price action and market structure. Using some context of what's going on from high time frames to low time frames. Macroeconomics like we're talking about. Some of the context of the day. But level to level trading, that's essentially the gist of it. Much more zoomed out than what you see most people do. I just the lower time frame I go, I just don't have a lot of enjoyment down there. I still do it for prop firms, get really, really aggressive, try to scalp some momentum, but I do better trading off the 15-minute. Even if I'm going to scalp, I just do better trading off higher time frames, looking at a lot of price action, market structure, and focusing in on a key level. Yeah, I don't mind this, guys. I'm still watching this YM movement here. We kind of did this. We went dip, 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 back to VWAP, which is right here, and now we're gonna pop higher. I'd still fade that. I'd still fade that. Chat. Trying to decide if I want this one. Trying to decide if I want this one. Yeah, this won't be bad from up here. This is valid. You know, we got room to just dip our toe like way out here. And if I got involved in here, I could potentially realize a stop and then come back down. But I don't mind this up here. I don't mind this up here. So let's sit patient. Let's sit patient. Let's see. See if we get this pop to the upside. You know you're a trader when you can enjoy the holidays, but at the same time can't wait for them to be over. Yeah, man. Yeah, there's a balance, right? I think if you don't enjoy what you're doing, whether it's trading or any other difficult profession, you're probably not going to be great at it, right? I think there's a part where the excitement wears off, where the, you know, enthusiasm wears off when you're years and years in and you're just, you know, not having a great time, that if you're not really, you know, interested in what you're doing, you don't have, for some reason, that core level drive of what you're doing. You're just in it for the money. You're just in it for the, you know, some other outside perspective. I think you're going to struggle. Now, I do think that trading provides a lot of that, right? Big potential for income, a lot of freedom and flexibility, and that is attractive to a lot of people. But you're competing against people that are genuinely interested in the markets, right? Genuinely interested in technical analysis and the charts. And over time, and they are also interested in the money and the freedom, right? And they find that balance. But, you know, over time, who's going to beat who, right? But yeah, I think there's a balance between being completely obsessed and making your life the charts and money and never enjoying, your family and your loved ones. And just, and the complete opposite, where you're just lackadaisical and not disciplined, and you're not, really keeping an eye on what's going on. But I enjoyed my time off for Easter. I always enjoy being with family. I think you can absolutely get burnt out by staring at the markets for way too long and just pushing way too hard in all things that you do. So it was nice to have a couple of days off over the weekend. But it is always nice to be back, man. I'm excited to trade. I'm always excited for Monday. I really do enjoy Mondays. I don't usually get Sunday scaries. Sometimes I'm exhausted after a weekend, or, got a lot of stuff to take care of. But it's I'm grateful to have that. Grateful to have a career across everything that I do, right? Trading live with you guys, making content, videos, right? All that fun stuff around trading itself. Other things that I do that generate income. I really enjoy all of it. And it's kind of been that way for a while. Even in my past career, I enjoyed what I was doing. So I know a lot of people don't have that. Takes a while, I think, to get there. Not all of us are in a position where we can just choose to do something that we like to do. We got responsibilities in front of us, family, people we got to take care of, and sometimes that means grinding it out at a job you hate for a while. But at a certain point, man, it's on all of us. It's on all of us to design that life, man. Scrolling back and forth, guys. Watching the market. We're drifting higher. We're drifting higher here. We got 10 a.m. news coming up. 10 a.m. news coming up. We're about 2 minutes from red folder high impact news. Let's go ahead and refresh this. We have ISM Services PMI. This is forexfactory.com, just a financial news calendar. We have ISM Services PMI coming up at 10 a.m. And then, big one here. President Trump due to hold a press conference about the Iran conflict at the White House in Washington, D.C. That's, I think, a lot of the nation is holding its breath, trading included, right? Traders included, as far as what's going to happen there. Rest of the week, we got quite a bit. We do have quite a bit. FOMC meeting minutes. We got some red folder every day except for tomorrow. But tomorrow we've got a we'll see what he says at 1 o'clock, but we got something that Trump was talking about yesterday that could be pretty wild. So, we'll hope for peace, pray for peace, and, try to wrap our head around, how this whole thing's going to play out. But first and foremost, 30 seconds to red folder news here today. Push to the upside. This is dicey, right? If we crack right here, I'm going to be trading into red folder news. I'm not completely against doing that. Not completely against doing that here in YM. Again, here's my area of interest just to start. Let's see what we get. Ooh, volatile. Volatile, guys. Nasty wick on all of these. Nasty movement on all of these. Immediate crack to the downside and then right back up towards the high. Whew. Again, guys, interested in the shorts up here. Like I talked about earlier. Oh, man, really aggressive movement. Like I said, here's the deal, right? We're going to be up against trading into red folder news, which is right here, right now. Oh, fast, man. Really fast movement here, guys. I'm probably not going to be able to capitalize on this beautifully. That was a split-second move to the upside. Immediately back down. Here, this is probably going to be the opportunity. It just is coming during red folder news, which I'm not a fan of trading immediately into. Aggressive crack to the downside, right back to the upside. And then what? Right back down to VWAP. Locked in here for a second, guys. Again, watching for the short. That was super aggressive. Like I said before we came into 10 a.m., you're up against the choice to trade into red folder news, like into red folder news, which I'm really not a fan of doing, man. I'm really not a fan of doing because, you know, I don't know exactly where that wick's going to be. We wicked prior day high, came right back in, man. Ugh. And this is going to be the mean reversion move back down. It's just going to play out during red folder news. I'm going to watch it with you guys here. Maybe if we get another dip, if we get our toes dipped back up here, but this looks like we want to come right back down. I'm going to stay ready for this just in case. Still watching for the short, guys. This was the split second. Look at it on a 1 minute chart. It's a 1 minute wick. You know, this was like a 3 or 4 second crack on news after we cracked lower. You know, to trade the news candle is just really not my forte, man. I just don't enjoy doing it. But that's what would have paid today, is getting super duper aggressively short. You need a limit order. You need a limit order to do it. I'm watching to see if we go and test higher one more time, guys, for a potential short. But this feels like it's the good read of the market for me. Exactly what I wanted to see happen. But during high-impact news that I'm not a fan of trading. I don't love aggressively fading a 100-point crack to the upside during red folder news, because I know on another day we just ripped through my stop loss in a split second, and you know, you go, why were you trading news? It begs the question if I want to start trying that day in and day out. But man, this is unfortunately going to be the mean reversion play off the 850s. You know, here it is right here. Just came at 10 a.m. into red folder news. There it is, guys. There it is. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start running it. I'm just gonna have to start running it with $1,000. Just be super aggressive right into red folder news. I'm probably going to. I've had quite a few of these recently. In the past, I've almost always gotten cooked. I've had quite a few of these recently where I got levels that I want to get hit. I've got an area of interest. We got red folder news at 10 a.m., 30 minutes into NYSE Open. We're approaching the level like we were right here. We pull an insane 1 minute wick, and it gives me a split second. Like, what's maybe the 30? Yeah, like not even, right? We didn't even get a 30-minute candle close up here. A 30-second candle close up here, right? It's a tough decision. It's a tough decision, right? You have to just journal, review, and say what's playing out more often than not. My levels hold a lot of the time, regardless of them coming into news. I don't love trading into that uncertain volatilities. It's just so frustrating and disappointing when it goes against you. But I gotta say, this is quite frustrating and disappointing. A sweep of prior day high and then a move directly back into VWAP. This is the mean reversion near the open that I wanted to see. So now I'm stuck watching because I didn't trade news. I don't really have another setup that's going to form beautifully here as far as I'm looking at on YM. Maybe we head over to NQ. Why are we loading NQ? That's the movement on NQ that would have played beautifully. Not trading into red folder news is not helping me today, guys. It's really not helping me today. That's hella frustrating. I'm gonna grab a water, guys. I'll be right back. Now that we got through red folder news, let's let this market start to open up, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, let's talk about this. Let's talk about it. Let's not talk about it. Let's be about it. Chat. Mike, just secured my first payout ever. Let's go. Mike Z, W's in the chat, man. Love to hear it. Love to hear it, man. That's epic. It's epic, man. Protect the account. Hell yeah. All right, guys. So here's what I had go on here. Let's dive into this, right? In case you hopped on late, and even if you were here the whole time, let's review, right? Was looking for a mean reversion style trade here on YM. Mean reversion meaning fading the initial movement to the upside or downside that we get out of price, okay? Fading meaning taking a short if we pop to the upside, taking a long if we sell off to the downside, right? Here are my two levels of interest. Right here off the 850s, right here off the 450s, right? I also had this higher time frame discretionary level, which was being respected pretty well, okay? We got the movement that I wanted during red folder news. I'm not a really big fan of trading directly into red folder news, especially not on the candle as it's printing. Now, you have to make a decision, which I made. Are you going to take the trade from your level super aggressively, waiting for no confirmation, nothing, even if it comes right into red folder news? Or are you going to wait? Are you going to give it a minute or two and then look to maybe trade very shortly after? What would have helped me today is trading directly into red folder news. Literally during that first 15-second candle printing, right? We got that here on YM. This is not hindsight. This was a level I marked up and had since before the live. I threw this on as we were creeping higher. Again, during the news print. So here's my thoughts going forward as I'm reviewing this. I'm going to look to challenge myself. I'm going to look to challenge myself to take on more risk during periods of uncertain changes in volatility that come with red folder news events. And I'm going to look to trade directly into them if I have a key level that has yet to be tested. If that level being hit and then the movement happening means that I'm not going to have a follow-up trade, that I'm probably not going to have a second chance to trade it like today. and to jump in, somewhere in here during that red folder news print. Now, I don't think it's a great move for beginners. I don't think it's a great move for people that are, not as aggressive with taking on risk. But this one is now tough to watch, right? It's tough to watch us trade 200 points after sweeping prior day high right back into VWAP, and then of course bounce off of VWAP, bounce off of that area of high volume. So I'm gonna try to test myself to do that. I've gotten cooked so many times, right? You review your data, you try to improve. I've gotten cooked so many times trading into a red folder news. It's Monday, 10 a.m. ISM services PMI is dropping. I go, oh, mini on short, right? And then what happens on another day? We just blast off, right? We just really rip my face off to the upside. But I've had this happen now quite a few times, maybe slightly more often than not. I'm still able to structure risk during the red folder news event. And I'm going to look to challenge myself to trade into that or trade during it. As long as a couple of key qualifiers are met. We're at that level that I want to see. We're trading into that zone that I want to see. And I really don't have an opportunity to wait. Because if the movement plays out, I'm just left on the sidelines, without putting risk on. So, for the most part, I would not say trading 5 seconds into red folder news is a great approach in general. Some traders are going to do really, really well with it. Most traders will not. A lot of prop firms do not allow it. In fact, most prop firms are going to limit news trading to some degree or another in the funded account. But I'm going to look to challenge myself to do that. Also depends on the news. Is it unemployment claims? Is it CPI, right? Is it FOMC or the FOMC conference? Probably not going to do it then. Those are really, really high impact. But for something like this, maybe we go for it. Watching the movement now as we push back up to the upside here. Taking a look around at all of the US indices. Not really wanting to sell off all the way through VWAP here, at least on ES and NQ, on all three of these actually. Still interested in the short up here now that we are past this red folder news. We got a bit of this mean reversion move. I am still looking at this market being a choppy back and forth market. We didn't come through the session lows. We are back up to these 850s. I'm still considering a short up here, guys. I'm anticipating this market not to just run in one direction up here. But I'm going to wait to see if we can't get a little bit better of a fill higher. Getting some measuring in, getting some measuring in. Yeah, I'm still going to look to fade this, guys, but I'm going to wait now for the pop, right? I'm going to wait now for the pop. We already traded to the upside through the 850s, all the way back down to VWAP. Now we're coming back through the highs. I'm thinking that all of these could climb higher before continuing to chop. So now. Looking at book map across all of these. Nah, Nah, man. Buyers are trying to push this higher. Yeah, this is dicey. Chat. I want to trade too. I can feel it. I'd really like to get a trade on. Don't mean to get too quiet here, but I'm locking in. Locking in a little bit. I'm trying to decide, man. Do I want this now after the retest of VWAP? It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Do I want this from in here? Sorry to get quiet, guys, here. Just watching this. We come higher, we break IB high, and just push to the upside. I think we're coming way out here. I think we're coming way out here to this zone. I could get a stop loss way out there with 200 points, but what's my thesis? That we come all the way down through the lows, and we just make for a choppy back and forth movement up here. We could chop up here. It's a tough one, guys. I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm just waiting for that. Go and take the news highs again. Do we run highs into this Trump news event? Is that the game plan? We just gonna run right into it? The whole thing was just a bunch of hype, and then he's gonna go back on all that wild talk. Come right up here. Let's see, staying patient, still pushing the upside here. Are we gonna come through this high volume, this low volume node really quickly and just blast higher? ES gonna go back towards the 6700s. Pretty low CVD, trading these 75s. I gotta stay patient on this now, guys. Damn. 77s. This is not bad up here. You know, again, thesis is either we're going to break higher and run, or we're not. We're going to chop, right? We're through news. We're outside of those 850s. We're back above prior day high. I just am cautious that we do this. Now, you know, we're really making the case for this. Or potentially this, but... I'm gonna go for this is my game plan. Just wanted to see if we get a little bit more of a crack higher, take this candle out. We love to pull up and grab liquidity after a wick like that. There we go. We're gonna go right for it though. Looking at the shorts, guys. I'm in on this bad boy. I'm in on this bad boy above this news wick. I think we could come really aggressively right up here towards the 47,000 evens. I'm gonna look to fade this here. Waited super patiently. This is gonna be my only trade on YM and potentially in the live account. Not a lot of risk compared to what I've been putting on in this bad boy. Getting more aggressive. $1,000, under $1,000 worth of risk. But I am short from 46,000, 911s. I'm looking on a reaction now after testing this 10 a.m. news wick high. Coming into initial balance as we're pushing higher, anticipating this choppy back and forth movement to continue, and that we don't go run Thursday and Wednesday's high. We don't go run last week's high. I'm going to look for us to come right back down to this area of high volume and hang out before this 1 p.m. press conference. That bull's got some buying, pushed it higher by 360 points, right? And that's what we're going to do for the day. Now, we certainly got room to move. We could easily come up here, right? And then kind of drift back in. Maybe we do want to take out liquidity, take everybody out first, and then drift in. But this is going to be my play. This is going to be my play. Short from 46,000. 911, 1 mini on YM. Stop at 47,110. Arbitrary take profit. Obviously, I'm not going to hold down here. That would be a pretty large trade, but we'll be looking for this to come back into this area of high volume here. Somewhere back into this area of high volume. If I zoom out, you can see the temporary volume point of control. That's going to be my play, guys. Finally got one on after waiting patiently. Now let's see if we're just going to go rip higher and bulls are just going to push this thing into that news event, or if we're going to find some sellers here. Now, trade's on. It's in the market's hands. That's what we got, guys. Chat. How we doing, guys? Hope to get my first payout ever. Oh, hell yeah. Congrats, Mike. Mike taking payouts. W's in the chat for Mike, man. Love it. Love it. Got some PTSD after getting destroyed with Red Folder. Yeah, man. Red Folder news is dicey. Red Folder news is super dicey, man. You know, trading right into Red Folder, it's not for the faint of heart. The problem with Red Folder news, you know, and again, I talked about waiting and, you know, I could have caught something here on Red Folder news as it came in. But the problem with Red Folder news, I'm going to run this zoomed out so I can remember, you know, why I'm trading off of this level. The problem with Red Folder news, just to talk about this, high impact financial news events, scheduled news events, is not so much that the market's going to go up or down and we don't know which way it's going to go, right? The market's always going to go up or down. And we never know which way with any real reasonable degree of certainty that it's going to go. We might have a little bit of an edge that tells us higher probability of one thing happening over another, right? A way to structure risk. The problem with high impact news is that there's likely going to be a change in volatility. The market's likely about to print a candle that's much larger than all of the previously printed candles. It's likely going to move faster than it was moving right before that news event. And that is uncertain. It's an added level of uncertainty, right? Not that, well, the market's going to go up because it's forecast to go at this rate and XYZ and all of these things, right? That's always going to be the case. But how fast is it going to move? How much is it, how far is it going to go, right? And trading right into it, like the 10 seconds that, you know, I got my area hit, right into it, can just be difficult because it's so hard to structure risk and position size according to volatility when it's about to change and you don't know how much it's going to change, right? Now, just to go a little bit further for you guys that are, you know, paying attention, that happens throughout the day, right? Trump could say something right now and say the war is over or we're about to blow up a power plant, right? And the market could change. That's uncertain, unscheduled, right? We don't know that that's coming, right? You know, we could say, like I talked about today, that we probably have a higher chance of something like that, you know, one of those comments happening or whatever it is. But if we know that at 10 a.m. we have, ISM services PMI, high impact news event, and we make the conscious decision to trade directly into that, that is kind of, dicey, right? Now, it's just up to you to decide what works for you more often than not, right? What's better or worse for you and your trading, your approach. For the most part, for most traders, just trade news, unless you're trying to YOLO an eval or a funded account and, play the prop firm game and get through evals really quickly. It can be efficient for doing that. For the most part, you're not going to have a lot of edge around that. It's just, there's this added layer of uncertainty in the change in volatility that makes it that much more difficult to trade. Trading the aftershock, as a lot of traders call it, the 5 to 15 minutes after high impact news events, maybe that's a little bit more reasonable because you have a couple minutes where you saw the change in volatility. ATR on a 1 minute chart spiked up from XYZ to XYZ. You're structuring risk, you're position sizing according to that change, right? And you're able to make it work. So, maybe that's a little bit more manageable. I see a lot of traders do that rather than, all right, 10 a.m. news, 30 seconds to go, full port, right? That's not always the best way to go about it. But, hopefully that helps. But again, no wrong or right way to do it. There's some badass news traders out there. They only trade news. They don't trade any other time. They wait for high impact news and they just trade that. So, do what works for you is the bottom line. But recognize when the market starts moving fast, there's a lot of opportunity. There's also a lot of risk, right? The increase in volatility serves you with a lot of opportunity to make money and a lot of opportunity to lose money. And for beginners, that uncertainty and that speed is difficult. Even for experienced traders, it's difficult to work with. You have less decision-making time. It's more difficult to position size and place your stop loss in an area that makes sense. So, not to ramble on about it, but a lot of traders, they go, well, the market's about to move. Why would I not want to trade news? Yeah, it makes sense. The market's about to move. Why would I not want to trade news? Here's some things to take into consideration to decide whether or not you want to take on that risk. Double-edged sword. Double-edged sword. Mike, oh yeah, man. The faster the market goes, the smaller you need to trade sometimes. For sure. Yeah, that's just position sizing, right? The more the market's moving, the less you need to hit it with contracts, right? As the market slows down, maybe the more contracts you need to throw at it, right? The tighter stop you can run. So that's what we got going today. We got a trade on short YM. I'm going to see how this plays coming into this 10 a.m. news. If you guys are not in the 100% free trading Discord, got some fun stuff coming up here, guys. Got some fun stuff coming up here. I'm going to throw this link in. You know what? This is going to be the only link I throw in chat. Usually I'm throwing prop links. I'm throwing a whole bunch of different stuff. If you are not in the 100% free trading Discord, that's the link in the chat. Join the team. Join the family. I got big updates. I got giveaways coming. I got a whole bunch of stuff rolling in Discord. If you're not following across socials, feel free. Real Deal Zach on Instagram, X, Kick, YouTube. More than happy to have you guys on there. But home base is Discord. More than happy to have you guys in there. Remember, I don't have any paid course, any paid mentorship. I'm not going to ask you for money or crypto. Please don't fall for scams. There's so many scammers and impersonators. I'm trying to combat them with a whole bunch of different fun stuff like email verification that I'm going to add to Discord once I can figure out how to do it. But please don't fall for scammers, impersonators. I'm not gonna hit you up outside of the main Discord. And even then, I'm not going to DM you first in Discord. I'm not going to friend request you first in Discord. I don't do that. Nobody does that. It's just scammers and spammers. All right, decision-making time. Back up to entry here on YM. Are we just going to blast off today? Are we going to put this big bullish day in? If we do come higher, this is going to be the last safety zone. into the 47,000 evens, probably a little bit above, coming to test prior week high. My stop is just outside of that, but I'm looking for the reaction. I was looking for the reaction outside of this high volume node here, not to come up here. If we do, still be able to survive for a move back down into temporary volume point of control. Or if I zoom out, current volume point of control forming for the day. Friday's volume point of control, Thursday's volume point of control. That choppy back and forth movement ahead of Trump talking at 1 p.m. Just to go back and let you guys know what we're looking at here. We have a scheduled conference here to talk about the conflict. Okay, guys, scheduled conversation about the conflict with Trump. I would say that that's probably gonna move the market around. And ahead of that, right, a little bit of context. Maybe we don't rip in one direction and trend. There could be positioning, right? The market participants, hedge funds, everybody and their mother could say, hey, you know what? I think he's going to say X, Y, Z, and I'm going to get positioned accordingly. I think the conflict's going to come to an end. I don't think anything crazy is going to happen. But without speculating on that, 1 p.m. That is, let me go 12:30. Yeah, 2.5 hours away. 2.5 hours away. Let's see. But I appreciate you guys hopping on as always. We're running a short, seeing if we can't let the market play out. Been on an absolute heater. I'm gonna take what the market has for me today. If that's an L, I'm gonna take it in grace, man. If I gotta take the L today, I'm gonna say, you know what, man? No problem. But I don't know. We're not looking too bad right now. Not looking too bad yet. I like your style. Real man, real trader. I try, man. I try. Listen, guys, if you don't know me, if you're new here, let me tell you a little bit about, how I talk about my stuff, right? I don't claim to be the best trader. I hype up wins. I talk about having frustrating losses, but I really don't claim to be anything, really. I just trade live. I trade live here free, like this, every damn day, almost every damn day that the market's open, for free. Consistently. I've been doing this for years. I have a free Discord where I answer questions and I talk, and I have socials that are also free, and I share my journey. You can hop on and decide if you like what you see or if you don't like what you see, okay? And then you can make a decision for yourself. I definitely don't think or claim that I'm the best, that I have it all figured out, that I got some magic strategy or approach or inherent insane edge in the market that's better than everybody else. None of that stuff, man. I just share what my trading looks like. I try to hype myself up when I'm doing well. I try to share when I feel like I'm cooking, like I have been in this Top 1 Futures. It's a prop firm live account that I've been trading since October of last year. I took my 24th payout last week after having a $12,000 day in the live account, getting aggressive, putting on risk like I talked about. Maybe you say, hey, that's pretty good. I don't know. But that's up for you guys to decide, right? So that's what we do here, man. I appreciate you. I always take the attaboys. I share when I have the frustrating days, man. I share when I make mistakes, when I step outside of my, good trading. That will absolutely happen, right? I talk about the losses, the losing streaks, the really frustrating, sometimes days, weeks, and months that go on where you're like, what the heck is happening? I try to critique myself because that's how you get better at anything, right? You got to go back and watch your game tape and say, what the hell was that, bro? And hopefully that provides value to you guys, right? Hopefully, if nothing else, you got somebody on the same journey that you're on if you're probably watching a YouTube live stream that's titled, live trading, right? Somebody trying to make money in the markets. So that's my MO, guys. That's my MO. I'll try to give you my opinion, my thoughts, talk about, what's going good, what's going poorly. I try to provide context around how and why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like on Monday of last week, before I had that big day, and before I had DLL'd in the live account, when I was actually after I had DLL'd in the live account, I talked about it. I talk about putting on more risk. I talk about getting more or aggressive or conservative in different counts, what that means. I didn't find a lot of traders did that, and I always wanted to hear that. You know, where are you at with experience? Where are you at with capital allocation? Where are you at with, you know, what the hell you're doing and why? You know, are you full porting accounts on news, or are you trading them with one micro? You know, why are you doing that? And then let me watch how that plays out for you. Did it work good? Oh, okay, cool. You know, maybe I can kind of grasp what you're doing and then, you know, take some tools from that. But, you know, that's what I do here, guys. That's what I do. I used to watch people trade. I still do. I watch people talk on socials, and I just never understood I'm the best, I got it all figured out, everybody else is an idiot. I'm a professional and everybody else is an amateur. I'm the best. Like, what, bro? What? I also never understood anybody that talks about anything that doesn't trade live. I don't know, guys. We live in the day and age of AI. Have you seen what ChatGPT can do? Have you seen what Claude can do? If you're not trading live, if you're watching anybody or following anybody that doesn't trade live consistently, whether it's behind a paywall or free, if you're not watching them trade live, you don't know what they're doing. You don't know what they're capable of. You don't know if they know how to trade. You don't know anything, right? Literally nothing else matters. You know, screenshots, payouts, third-party, verified, broker, none of it matters. Trading competitions, like absolutely none of that provides any information. Even if it is legit and the person's making money, ooh, nasty volatility coming in here. Uh-oh. We're getting wiggly, guys. Getting wiggly. Could get some movement here. If we start to sell off, I'm going to look to cap this. Oh, I felt that one coming. I felt that one coming. This could be dicey if we come right back through these highs. Hang on, guys. I'm going to come back to that thought. Trade live or sit the hell down. That's the thought. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 700 on the board. Here's the deal, guys. Stop loss to break even on this. We might have comments going on. We might have some volatility. We could come right back up on this. I'm at very least going to go stop loss to break even now, which I'm not a big fan of doing, and I'm going to get ready to close this out. We could come right back through the highs. We could just get a dip near VWAP here. But at very least, I don't want this to come back up to my entry and stop me out. I'd prefer to not have that happen. Let's see. I'm going to give this another split second because I think we could break lower here. We got some volatility that came in. It was a crack to the upside and now a movement to the downside here. I'm watching this on ES. We got a lot of orders, man. Buyers sitting there. I don't know if we're going to come right through that. Oh, nothing up above. I'd be careful here, guys, if you're trading. This looks like it's starting to move. We had a quick crack up and then an immediate move down. I don't know that I want to hold on to this. Here's the discretion. A lot of buy orders stacking up down below. I'm looking for a quick move right back towards VWAP, but I don't know that I want to hold this. Buyer stepping back in here. Uh-oh. Listen, stop loss to break even is risk free. On a move like that, I'm not gonna leave $1,000 worth of risk on. I didn't want to clip it too early. I felt we could easily get a little bit more out of that push, but this looks like we might want to come right back up through the highs, which is what I was cautious of. And in fact, if we dip lower like this and then we come right back through the highs, it's just an indication that buyers are not taking their foot off the gas, which they're not doing here at all. Yeah, here we go. This looks like a stop at break even coming for me. Wasn't fast enough. Just was not fast enough to grab the 700, right? Here's me talking about what I was talking about right there. Just not fast enough. I had the inclination to do it, to just take a quick negative risk to reward, grab it. When we get a fast movement like that, quick crack up and down, we might move very aggressively and continue. A lot of buy orders stacking up. We have buyers come right back in on this one as we started to come lower. I just wasn't fast enough. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be the stop at break even. Let me see exactly where my stop loss is now. Yeah, I don't need to be 10 points lower. I'm going to go stop. 1, 2, stop plus like 3 ticks. Stop plus 2 ticks. That's what I'm gonna do, guys. Stop is at 46,909. Save me a little bit if I get slipped. Not that it matters. Now I'm into the hold. Now I'm into the hold to stop loss and break even. Let's see. No, this feels like we want to come higher though. We had a nice aggressive dip down, and then what happened? It got bought right back up immediately. You know, another 100 some odd points off the lows. If we come lower, we start to break lower. This will look pretty good. But it's going to be a stop at break even or a decent win. I'm not going to take 300 bucks here. That I felt it, man. I felt this one down here. You know, feeling it's one thing. Exercising the discretion is another. Again, like as we start to move fast like that, it's fast. You don't have a lot of time to think. You got to be really quick. Really quick. Now, do we come back through this low? Nothing down below here on YM. Yeah, nothing down below. Decision-making point. Do I want 400 bucks that I could put right in the bank account from this live account, or do I want to hang on to this bad boy? It's risk-free. I think if we come through these highs, guys, I think if we flip this candle and we come all the way back up here, I think we're going higher. And I think if we come lower through this low, I think we're coming down into this area here. So I'm gonna hang on to this one now. Again, it's risk-free. If I had to take the stop at break even, and that's my Monday with you guys, you know, it showed me 700 points. Excuse me, 700 points. It showed me not 700 points. It showed me $700 worth of profit. Showed me 150 points with very little heat, as you can see. I'm not unhappy about that. You know, am I able to put the money in my account? That's what matters, right? That's where it counts. Let's see what we could do. Let's see what we could do. CVD dropped off on this bad boy and started to come lower on ES. I'm watching ES's book map over on the left-hand side. There's just not a lot for me to watch on YM. There's like nothing down below, which is indicative. But ES has got a lot going on here, so I'm just going to keep this open. Man, I'm tempted to take this bad boy off. We're going to come back up on this, I think. Nah, sellers can't take it. Sellers can't go and take these orders. Nope. Bookmap telling a pretty clean story here today, guys. Buyers are just defending these levels, not letting it come lower, at least not yet. Could get a nice knife here. Could get a quick knife here to take this out. Staying patient, staying patient. Stops at break even. Now we got some getting lifted. Now we got some... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, everything getting lifted. Uh-oh. Get ready, guys. We're gonna get movement here. We're gonna get movement. What are we doing here on the book? What is that? 10:47 a.m.? What? What in the world is that? What in the world is that? Everything coming off the book now? As we come lower? The fake out? Manipulation? What the what, guys? We could get a nasty knife lower and actually get some follow through, but this is kind of all over the place. I don't like that really crazy, uncertain, volatile movement at all. I'm getting ready to take this one off and just grab a few $100 worth of profit. I think I'm going to. Was waiting for a dip lower here. I'm gonna take this one, guys. That's $540. I'm gonna take my $500 and call this one a trade. I think we certainly could come lower. We could get some aggression to the downside. This is all over the place, though, guys. This movement, this crap is all over the place. So I'd prefer to just take my $500 and take a payout, start the week green, and call it a day. I think we could certainly see some super aggressive movement to the downside. Being stop loss to break even below highs of the session, you know, I think there's a really good opportunity for a quick stop out. Almost took it as we came back higher, so I'm happy that it gave me a second chance to grab 500 some odd bucks. I'm going to take the W. Not every one of my trades is going to be a big outsized winner. I'm happy with that. I'm coming off of this, which I was a little bit disappointed that I didn't get to grab, right? It gave me a second chance. We stayed patient. You know, this was the first trade idea. This bad boy right in here came during news. I'm happy to get a second trade on, or a first trade on rather, and take profit as we come lower. I'm happy for that, man. That's gonna be my W today, chat. That's gonna be my W today. Now. Chatty McChat. Everybody hang tight. Everybody hang tight. Nobody do anything crazy. Nobody do anything crazy, all right, guys? We got something fun we're gonna do here today. You guys are cool. We hung out. We stayed patient. Everybody was nice today. Chat, you guys were awesome. I think you know what that means. We do giveaways all over the place, guys. We do giveaways in Discord. We do giveaways on Instagram. We do giveaways on X. In fact, I got multiple running all over the place. Guess what we're gonna do today, guys? We're gonna run a giveaway right here on the live stream. Giveaway form is live in chat. Go ahead, get that one filled out if you want to. Throw this in here. We got a giveaway form in chat, guys. Go ahead and get that one filled out if you want a chance to win. Let me just throw this up here because it's kind of the right graphic, but it's somehow I still don't have the right graphic. We have a giveaway for not this, not a 50K Ignite, a 50K Elite Daily account. Real quick instructions on this one, guys. Number one, the form is in the chat. It's all over the place. Go ahead and get it filled out. Instructions. Read them. They're all listed on there. Only fill it out one time. If you fill it out more than one time, you're going to get banned from the giveaway, from the prop firm, from all of my fun stuff. Don't do that. You're going to ruin it for yourself, right? Enter all of your information correctly. If you have put anything wrong on the form, including a potential spelling error, you will not get the account. I have to have some way to differentiate between the scammers and the spammers, and there's always a fun excuse. You have to fill everything out, following all the instructions clearly and correctly. If you do anything wrong, you get any of that stuff wrong, no account for you, okay? It's not because I want to be a jerk and not give out the accounts. I would love for everybody to follow the instructions. I have to try, and we're gonna change this up soon. So enjoy it now. We're gonna have to do the email verification thing because nobody can help themselves. But go ahead, get it filled out, man. Appreciate you guys being here. I love giving back. We've been doing a ton of giveaways. If you want a chance to win even more, hop in the 100% free trading Discord. Like I said, we got a whole bunch of fun stuff coming. I got updates. I got revisions. I got more giveaways rolling. Get ready, man. The free community is just going to get better and better, or I'm going to try to continue to make it better and better for you guys as it grows. Over 2,800 members. Insane. Almost 3,000 people in a damn Discord. Absolutely insane. So feel free, hop in there, guys. Link is in the chat. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to get this form filled out. 3 minutos. And then the form is going to close. I don't even know that's how you say minutes. 3 minutes to get this form filled out. Form's going to close. We're going to pick a winner right here on the live stream. Remember, you have to be here on the live stream. How the hell did you get the form if you're not on the live stream, right? You got to be here on the live stream. You got to say what's up in the chat. You got to fill everything else out correctly. I'm not going to complain and BS anymore about anything else. So go ahead, get the form filled out, guys. We took a little dubski on the stream. A quick dubski right in here. Let's see what happens had I held this bad boy, right? We had a little dubski here on stream. Good read of the market today. No complaints. Can't complain about putting $500 in my pocket, man. No complaints. No complaints today. Let's go. Late to the table. What's up, everybody? What's happening, Pam? Way to go. Congrats on the growth of Discord. Absolutely. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Let's go, guys. Giveaway form is live in the chat. Go ahead and get it filled out. I'm watching responses roll in. We're going to run the duck race. Let's go, guys. I'm going to give you about another 2 minutes. Another 2 minutes. All right. Giveaway responses are rolling in. Duck races are getting loaded up. Listen, man, it's a good way to start the week, man. Good way to start the week. We caught a W on stream. Stay patient. I would have liked to catch a W right off at 10 a.m. if I'm being honest, but I'm not gonna complain. Caught a little W. We'll put a little bit more profit in the live account. We'll keep taking payouts, and we'll continue to try to scale up here. And now we're gonna get somebody funded. There we go. I'm going to throw this link in chat again, guys. Listen. Don't say I didn't say it here on the live streams, okay, guys? Hop on in the 100% free Discord. No course, no VIP, no special thing where I manage your crypto for 1,000% return, and all you got to do is send me 20 bucks of crypto. None of that stuff, man. But we got fun stuff coming. I'm going to clean up a whole bunch of channels. I got some updates coming for the stuff that I got going on with prop firms, with the companies and partners that I'm affiliated with to give back more to you guys. Giveaways in Discord, ranking system, bots that are going to try to clean everything up, email verification so we get rid of some of the spammers and scammers. And yeah, man, just an awesome community. I love being able to be in there, watch your guys' trade ideas, reward those who are contributing, answer questions, talk with you guys. Like last night, if you just look at the brief messages that I send in there, like, hey, here's what Trump said, and, you know, here's what the notifications that I'm getting from my live brokerage accounts, like they're increasing margin requirements. Maybe you want to be careful. Maybe you want to expect an increase in uncertainty and, you know, volatility. Check it out. Maybe that's helpful. If not, it's free. You can hop in and say, I hate it here, and then you leave. And I'm sure some people will. I'm sure some people will. All right. Giveaway form is closed. We are ending that right now. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get the ducks loaded up. We have how many ducks in a row here? I think we have almost 100 ducks in a row. This is going to be for a 50K Elite Daily account from Top 1 Futures. Shout out Top 1 Futures for supporting me, supporting the giveaways, supporting you, supporting the stream. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures, link is in the chat. Link is underneath the description of this video. It's at realdealfutures.com. Link is everywhere. Top 1 Futures, 50% off with code RDF. They have multiple different account types. They are celebrating their 1-year anniversary, being in business for a year. Over 23 million paid out to traders. 50% off their instant funded accounts. No challenge, no activation fee. You can also check out the accounts that I think are wildly badass accounts. The Elite Daily accounts. Absolutely insane daily payouts. No consistency rule and funded. End of day trailing drawdown. No activation fee evals. It's pretty sweet. But let's get ready to roll, guys. Appreciate y'all for hopping on. Thanks for being here. If you missed this one, hop in Discord. Join the next one. We do them all the time. Nobody freak out on me. Good luck, everybody. Appreciate everybody for being on, man. Again, if you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for being here. 100% free live trading every damn day on YouTube, Kickin' X, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. 100% free community with a whole bunch of sauce, live trading, questions answered, fun stuff, market call-outs, everything, not call-outs, market information, alerts, right? Like, hey, be careful. You know, maybe Trump is going to yap. And giveaways. Tons of giveaways here on X, on IG. Follow me across everything. If you're here for the giveaways, I appreciate you. Remember, guys, life is more than giveaways. A minute to go. Let's see who's getting funded today. Chat. What's up, guys? Trading is definitely more than giveaways. Yeah, guys. Trading's more than giveaways. I had to mix it up a little bit because it became just about all the giveaways. It became about all the giveaways. And, like, that's not what we're going to do here, guys. I'm going to trade live, right? We're going to do a ton of giveaways. We're going to give back. That's part of it, right? It's fun. I used to love giveaways, right? I'm going to try to continue to do giveaways, but it's going to be more than just giveaways. Otherwise, it just turns into just craziness. Came from Instagram, first to Discord, and then over here to YouTube. Awesome, dude. Appreciate you being here. Welcome to the show, man. Yeah, I got, again, insane amount of growth across all the socials. IG went crazy. It's awesome. Guys, pink duck on the bottom. Let's see, 10 seconds to go. Ashen49, Kick. Somebody just put Kick as their name? I don't know. L Jess. Jess, what's up from Kick? Who we got up top? Looks like a Trump duck up top. Vertigo Horizon. The number 82 duck. Now, nobody go anywhere. Remember, they have to follow the instructions. Don't go anywhere, guys. Let's double check it. Here we go. Nobody go anywhere. We've had to rerun multiple times in the past. Everybody chill out. Everybody chill out. Let's see if they followed instructions. First off, Vertigo Horizon, which should be your username on YouTube, which you said you were watching from. Are you here? Say what's up in the chat. That's requirement number 1. That is requirement number 1. Second, let's see. Did you spam the form? I don't think that you did. You are following on IG, and you are... He had double entry, he had spam the form. Oh, relax, relax, relax. Wait a minute, is there? Oh, no, you didn't do it. No. No, did you? Oh, come on. Why did you do that, bro? Why would you fill it out 2 times? Guys, you're gonna ruin it. You're gonna ruin it for yourself. Why did you spam the form? Ah. Why do you guys do this? I try to be so nice. Oh! Alright, hang on. Nobody go anywhere. Nobody go anywhere. Hang on. Let me tell you something, guys. You don't make my life really easy, okay? I just want to be able to run giveaways and give out accounts. Why does it have to be like this? Why is it always a challenge? You wrote, Zach, the form crashed on my side while I was using the main account. I used my email, Gmail instead. Can you check if I had a double entry? I didn't read that. Okay? That's not good. Here's what we're gonna do. Let me think about this for a second. I can't give you the thing. You had 2 ducks in there and you could see it. All right, here's what we're gonna do, man. Here's what we're gonna do. Vertigo Horizon. We're gonna run it back. Everybody just chill out. We're gonna run it back. Yes, don't give it to me. Here's what we're gonna do. Vertigo Horizon says rerun. Here's what we're gonna do. Vertigo Horizon. You're not banned from anything. This was an honest mistake, okay? I'm gonna run it back. I'm gonna take one of your ducks out of the race, okay? I cannot give you the account because you had multiple ducks in there. Even though it was an honest mistake and the form crashed and then you filled it out again, everybody makes the same excuses and things, okay? You did say it beforehand, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm a really nice guy. We're gonna run it back. You're in here. I'm also gonna, if you're not in Discord, hop in the Discord and I can put you in another giveaway also in Discord. Hop in the Discord, make sure that you're contributing, share your trade ideas, and you could be in, more giveaways on Discord. I hate when this happens, guys. All right, without further delay, we're running it back. Vertigo says rerun, please. I don't want to ruin it. You didn't ruin it. It's okay. You're good to go. Please, guys, please. The next person that wins, maybe it's Vertigo Horizon again. The next person that wins, please, I hope you follow the instructions. Round two. Ah, man. You're awesome. You're awesome. Vertigo Horizon for saying that. You're awesome. You tried. I didn't read that. You tried to tell me, but I can't double check everybody's form also as I'm live streaming and trading and doing giveaways and doing all this fun stuff. Right? I'm sure you can imagine that. But we're running it again, guys. Running it again. And listen, guys, don't worry. We do giveaways all day. Almost all day, every day. I did 2 over the weekend. I did 5 on Friday. I did 5 the Friday before that. I do them on the live streams. I do them on X. I do them on, like, all over the place. You got plenty of chances to win. I'm not that big of a streamer and a you know, social media presence. You have plenty of places to win. And despite, you know, believe it or not, I do give everybody an equal chance of winning. Right? Vertical Horizon, I see you again. There you are, bro. Awesome. Thank you so much, Zach. I appreciate you understanding. For sure, dude. No, you listen, that was I think it was an honest mistake, so. You can usually tell when it's not an honest mistake. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. You're awesome. All right, everybody, we're on to round 2. Good luck. We're on to round 2. Let's see who gets this one. It's always interesting, though, guys. Like, somehow this stuff happens, like, all the time. But listen, you know, like, somebody last week, I don't know if you guys saw that. Somebody last week who hopped on the stream and said, I only have, like, you know, enough to buy one account. You know, should I buy or whatever they were saying. I said, nah, man, I don't think anybody that just has enough money to buy an account should win. You know, should buy an account. Should be saving up money. You should probably have a few $1,000s at very least of money to lose. You know, you don't want to be in that situation. The dude ended up winning the account. He actually won. The dude who was, like, you know, talking about not having a lot of money and wanting to trade, he actually won the account. So, listen, Vertical Horizon, for being good after having an accident, you might win this one somehow, but you'll probably win another one. Listen, like, fate, the man upstairs, wherever you want to believe, it always seems to come to fruition. It always seems to play out. So, let's see, let's see. Now I'm actually interested. Now I'm actually interested to see who takes this one. Miss K up front. We gotta wait for the last, like, 10 seconds to come from behind. It was Jake. Karma's real. Faith is supreme. And never expect that it's... Yeah, for sure. For sure. Zach, literally if you fill the form out and then restart the browser. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. Up front, up front. Who do we got? Oh, that was tight down on the bottom. All right, everybody hang on. The Business Lens. This is a Discord OG. This person, I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if they did not follow instructions on this one. The Business Lens. Taking the W. I think this might be his first or second win. The Business Lens. You did not spam the form. Welcome to the show. It's Z-Me, I think is your name. Let's see, let's see. You're following on IG. Yes, we know who this person is. We know who this person is. The Business Lens, there he is. Second win, number 2, taking the W. Getting funded with a 50K Elite Daily account from Top 1 Futures. There we go. There we go. Taking the W on this one. Listen, guys. First off, congrats, W's in the chat for Business Lens getting funded with a 50K Elite Daily account from Top 1 Futures. To Vertigo Horizon, I gotta say, you were very cool. You were very cool about saying it was an accident, run it again. I had to think on what to do here on that one. I'm gonna try to help you out in the future because you were so nice. And I think somebody else would have yelled at me and I won, and they would have spammed my email and said, give me the account even though it was an accident, it's your fault. So we have to rerun it. I hate to see when somebody wins something and they don't get it, even though you didn't follow the instructions, even if it was an accident. Hop in Discord. Make sure you're in Discord. I'm gonna try to make sure, you know, we get you in additional giveaways. But if you guys want to be all in additional giveaways, I'm not doing anything special. It's open to everybody. Hop in the 100% free trading Discord. We got giveaways in Discord. I got more stuff coming up this week to be given back to you guys that are working with some of the partners, the guys that we're partnered and affiliated with. I don't want to say too much, but hop in Discord, man. Link is pinned to the chat. I appreciate you guys for being here. Listen, W's on the stream, W's on the ducks. We did catch a W here, guys. Put 500 some odd bucks. It was showing me 540 on the screen as I closed out. TradingView is super laggy with what it displays for P&L, so I'll post it up on IG or something, or maybe in Discord. But we took a little W here on YM. This was the trade, or around the trade, catching another one. No complaints, guys. No complaints. Quick disclaimer, quick reminder, guys. I will be here. First quick reminder. Hold on. I will be here 9:15 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, so long as I'm alive, hopefully. What is the, what's the saying? God willing. God willing, I will be here tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Kickin' X. I will be in Discord today, coming out later this afternoon, talking about some updates. I'll be working on a whole bunch of stuff. Stay tuned in there. More giveaways, more fun stuff coming up. Hope you guys had an awesome trading day. Remember. I usually don't talk this much about news. All right, Duck. Jeez. All right. I usually don't talk this much about news. This is going to be a... I would be surprised if there was nothing at 1 p.m. I'd be careful. I'd be cautious. I'd be structuring your risk. I'm not saying not to trade. I'm not saying to trade. I'm never telling anybody to do anything for that matter. I'm not a financial advisor. But watch this stuff, guys. Be cautious at 1 p.m. I'll be watching what happens before, during, and after. And I may position myself into tomorrow. I think there's a lot of opportunity for big movement. I may take on that risk. I'm telling you right now. I'll come back to this. I may take on that risk. Look at what I said in Discord. Look at how I talked about my trading. Talk about taking on more risk in the live accounts and the sim accounts. I'll probably be trading into that. I don't know that I'm going to put a trade on before 1 p.m. and trade into that. But after that comes, after that drops, I may be trading into tomorrow, overnight session, into Tuesday. So let's watch this, see how the market moves, and we'll go from there. Remember, guys, quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Trading is risky. Almost all traders lose money. It's a crazy thing to do. Make your own trading decisions. Do your own research. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even if funded prop from accounts, and the affiliate partnership disclaimer. This does not stand to make money for links and codes in my content, like Top Up Futures Code, RDF, Bookmap, and others. Can't be unbiased if I stand to make money, which I do. Important for me to be transparent about that, for you to do your own research and make your own decisions. Another W. More payouts rolling. More green. God is good. All glory to God. Let's see if we can't keep it controlled, keep the risk manageable, and keep pushing forward. I'll talk to you guys. I will see you live here tomorrow. I will see you in Discord.